My name's Sergeant Jeremy Lewis, Jeremy-Lewis. Today, I've got some information I wanted to get out there. Last week ago, Monday, on the 23rd, at lunchtime at Moore High School, we had a male subject, enter Moore High School through the performing arts entrance. He was described as an Arabic male with Arabic accent. He did approach a group of students. He did ask two separate students several questions that are very suspicious and a little concerning to us. He also spoke with a teacher at Moore High School as he left the building, also asking some more questions. I can't give you the specific questions that he asked at this time. He is not a suspect in anything, but we are very interested in finding out who this individual is, and we do need to talk with him and find out what his intent was in coming into one of our schools without authorization and what the questions are about. Again, this was a week ago last Monday. It lasted approximately 3 or 4 minutes. I will release the video. There are some pretty good images of the subject. And again, we would just like anyone who recognizes him or knows who this is to please contact us, and so we can get in contact with this individual.
Did any of the questions have anything to do with what took place at Bond Foods last week?
No, this was actually before the Bond Foods incident, but it did not have anything to do with that incident at all.
So is it not the same guy?
No, it's not the same guy. You'll be able to tell that in the video.
How did the school react? They had a lockdown or what happened?
No, the school, that's something we're going to go over with the school. We have officers that are assigned to this school full-time. We have 2 full-time officers in this school. This was actually delayed in us finding out, and that is something that we're going to work with the school and our officers on, and also working with the teachers and the staff to put measures in place to keep something like this from happening again, and if it does happen, so that we will be notified very quickly.
The students told you they run a 30-minute lockdown.
I don't have any knowledge of that, no.
Are there extra officers being placed at the school in light of this event?
That is something that we will have to look at. We're going to have some meetings over this incident, figure out exactly what we're going to do.
Is there a reason that this particular incident, compared to past times when people have come on campus, makes it separate where you have to hold a press conference and go through all these other things?
Well, in light of recent incidents, of course, also just the line of questioning, the questions, the way they were posed, how quick he was in and out, and just the specifics of his questions, that's what prompted this. We would like to find out as quickly as possible who this is and get in contact with him.
Can you talk a little bit about the timeline on why this happened on the 30th, and yet we're just hearing about it today?
We found out about it 2 days later, as far as our investigators. They have been looking into it. Obviously, we've also been very tied up with other incidents here. We've had someone looking into it. Had the FBI actually looked into this a little bit also to see if they can identify this subject, which they did not. So it was given to me today. As far as the timeline, I don't have that yet. I tried to get this together as quick as I could. Haven't got a lot of information other than what I'm giving you now.
Has it been determined how this individual was able to enter the school undetected?
He walked into the performing arts building, which is on the northwest part of our school at Moore High School. The doors were unlocked. He entered, walked straight in, which leads into the cafeteria area where students were in line in the cafeteria, spoke with them. As he was exiting, a teacher was coming into the building, spoke with her briefly, and then exited the business, the school. That is one thing that we're looking at. We're going to work with the school administrators to figure out a way to get the school more secure and work with our officers on trying to identify issues like this.
I know you said you couldn't reveal the nature of the questions, but were you guys prompted by the nature of the questions to do a thorough investigation with the FBI, or was it just the fact that there was a guy who made it onto school campus without any kind of intervention or problem?
It was a little bit of both. The line of questioning, along with just his appearance, his thick accent, didn't appear to be from Moore. He did ask some questions that if he was from here, he would know. So a lot of different reasons as to why, but that was just something that we decided to do just to be safe.
So would this same type of, I guess, heightened security are taking place if last week's incidents hadn't happened?
It's not necessarily just last week's incident. It's the incidents worldwide. We're not oblivious to what's going on outside of Moore, Oklahoma, and we do know, there is possible threats to schools in particular and other things that we are looking at. So anytime we have something out of the ordinary, especially someone who we don't recognize comes in and questions our students about specifics and then leaves, that raises concern. Then the line of questioning also contributed to, we have a lot of people that come and go from the school that aren't authorized to come, that we don't do a news conference for. This one raised enough suspicion that we really need to find out who this guy is and talk to him.
You know if similar questions were posed to both the students and the teacher?
Yes, they were.
Did the teacher indicate that she was concerned by the questions she encountered this individual? Was it concerning to her?
I do not know. I haven't spoke with the teacher, but just the amount of time that went by that our investigators were notified, that is something that we have to have change, and that's something we'll work on.
Can you tell us anything more about just the nature of the line of questioning that the
Unfortunately, I can't get into the line of questioning because that's something we want to speak to this individual about. As soon as we can get in contact with him, which I'm pretty confident we will, then I can tell you exactly what was asked, but that's something that we would like to first go over with him, find out exactly what the reasoning for that is.
In light of the workplace attack on foods, what kind of assurance can the Moore Police Department give to parents sending their students to school again tomorrow after hearing about this?
Well, and that's what I would like to say is to our students and our parents, obviously we take this very serious. That's why we're doing this. We are going to meet with the top administrators at Moore School. They possibly will notice a little bit of difference in patrols in the school, but we would ask them. It's a very large school. All of our high schools are very large with a lot of different entrances and exits. We need the students and teachers in particular to be vigilant, to report things that are not out of, that shouldn't be, if you see someone in your school that's obviously not a teacher or a student, we need to know that. We can only have so many people, so many places. This is a very, very large campus. It's comparable to a small college. So we have a lot of area to keep track of. We have numerous cameras. The school has cameras everywhere, but we can only watch so much. So we really need the students, parents, teachers, anyone sees anything out of the ordinary, especially these days, we need to know immediately.
Where is the Performing Arts building located in?
It is on the northwest corner of the high school. It's all attached to the main building. It's a brand new part of Moore High School that's attached. It's basically on the northwest part of the campus.
By looking at the video, did it appear as though this individual knew the layout of the school and maybe had been there before?
It didn't appear. It appears, he just walks into an open door. This door is on the front part of the school. It's not the main entrance, but it is the main entrance to the Performing Arts. There is a parking lot right there. He walks in. We change cameras. Another camera picks him up. As soon as you walk into that building, you can see students in the cafeteria. So he basically just makes his way to the lunch line, and that's where he starts. He kind of waits a minute and then starts talking to students.
There was no video of him trying to get in other doors or go in other entrances?
He didn't have to try on any other doors because the door he walked in was unlocked, and he made entry with no problem.
Can you provide us with any more of a description about the man, his appearance, his height, or vehicle?
It appears, he's in his 40s, dark curly, kind of salt and pepper hair, Arabic in descent. They said he had a very thick accent. As far as his height, he appeared to be 5'7", 5'8", not a real tall person. The video is pretty clear that I'll be handing out, so you should have a pretty good idea of who he is.
Sergeant Lewis, did the students or the teacher feel threatened at all by his?
It doesn't appear. I haven't spoke with the students or the teachers. Watching in the video, they just casually talked to this person, which is also concerning for us, that someone was able to do this. So they don't appear scared or anything like that. They notified someone just based on the questions. I guess the more they thought about it, the more they thought, hey, that someone may want to know about this.
Did the teacher and the students notify people in the school that day?
I do not know. I don't know that.
Who notified more police about the incident? Was it a school administrator or?
I believe our officers were notified at the school. We have 2 full-time officers that are assigned to that school. Someone notified our officers, who then notified our administration.
The fact that it happened on the 22nd, but the police department didn't find out until the 24th is how, I guess, I don't want to say upset is that for you and your department, but what changes do you think needs to occur between you and the schools?
Well, I'm not going to say it doesn't concern us. It's very concerning, one, that he was able to enter the school unannounced, unconfronted. No one confronted this individual. No one asked who he was. That's concerning. That's something that we have to fix. We have to fix as the police department, and we have to fix as our school district. My wife and my daughter are both in that school. So to me personally, it's very concerning, and it's something that we have to look at. Times have changed, and we have to change with those times, but it also is difficult. It's a very large campus with a lot of doors that kids are in and out of, so it's things that we're going to have to look at.
Jeremy, is it the 22nd on that Monday that it happened?
It's on a Monday. They have here the 23rd,
I just want to
but
clarify.
yes, it was on a Monday. So if that date's wrong, that's this was the release that I was given.
So what happened on the 23rd and reported the next day?
Is the 23rd a Monday?
No, it's Tuesday.
It's happened on the 22nd. It was on a Monday and reported on a Wednesday, yes.
The 23rd was a Tuesday, so it happened
Correct.
on the 22nd, right?
Correct.
And you were notified that Wednesday?
That Wednesday, 2 days later. Any other questions? Good?
Thank you.
All right, thanks.